Here we go.
I'm good right here.
That's not this type of show. Back. Hi, everybody. I've missed you.
You're so tan.
I know. It's sunburn. It really is. Hi, everybody. Hello. Back. We're live. We're back live. No rerun. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Look at the people today. We're back live on this Monday. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be back. No more reruns. No more reruns. We are back. It is Monday. Welcome to the show. Today's soup of the day is wild rice. That's right. Aaron, who preps the audience, was like, and today's soup of the day is clam chowder. I'm like, when did we start giving soup to the audience? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, I've missed her. Please welcome my good friend, Kendall, everybody. Hello.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Hi. I'm so jealous
Why?
of your tan.
Oh, yeah, makeup is hiding what's really going on behind the scenes.
Yes?
I undressed partially for the audience right before the show started.
Oh, get here early, people.
That's what we call the pre-show around here. But yeah, no, nobody wants to see that. No, I have to admit, the makeup is hiding this. I was in Vegas for a while. Coming up a little bit, I'll have a little flashback or take you along with me. But one thing that I did that I made a huge mistake was I did lay out in the sun. I try not to stay out. I try not to be in the sun a lot. And I went to lay out in the sun, and I forgot the suntan stuff. And
A sunscreen?
Sunscreen.
Yeah. That suntan stuff.
So I know. And then they went up to go get it. And 40 minutes later, I lost track of time because I saw some Minnesotans in the pool. In the pool, here I am, and I'm like swimming around, and I hear this woman go, "Jason?" And I went, and I go, "Yes." And she goes, "Are you Jason?" And I go, "Yes, I am. Shirtless in the pool. That's me. Yeah, hi." And she goes, I'm like, "Hey." And she goes, "We're from Duluth." And I go, "Well, hello." And I started chatting with her. Before I knew it, an hour had passed. And underneath these clothes, I'm not joking, I look like a lobster. I'm not kidding. I can't, like, this hurts. I'm covered in aloe vera. I mean, I'm just one. It's bad, and I'm never laying out again.
Sorry.
It's so bad.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I got a little pink this weekend too, because it was really nice here too. Like right up here, and then in my. This is so embarrassing. I'm gonna say this though. I got like a sunburn in my armpit. Oh. How do you do that? No, I'm not even.
How were you laying? I mean,
I don't know. I was
doing?
just sitting there, but then the next day I was like, "Ow, my armpits hurt." I'm like,
I love that you just admitted that. That is fantastic. I love that.
My armpit.
That's why I love you.
My mom is gonna kill me. Did I show my armpits
That's right.
in
She's
real
gonna
life?
tell you. Yeah.
Yep, Mom.
I love you.
Yep,
but
here we
again,
go.
coming up a little bit later, I'm going to tell you I found the best money-saving thing in Vegas ever. I will also tell you how Thrifty Traveler. I'm not joking. People think I just say it because he sits here. Thrifty Traveler helped me get like a hangover-esque suite at a hotel. I barely paid anything for it by tips that he gave us. So I'll show you the suite.
And it wasn't at Circus Circus?
It was not at Circus Circus. No.
Checking.
No, it wasn't. No, it was. Let me tell you, it was really good. So that coming up a little bit later. Before we get started with the hot dish, I want to say thank you to everybody. Great reactions last week. You all seemed to really like our shows that we did. We did our spring training with Jason's show on Monday, our Minnesota Makers, and getting ready for spring, where you all saw producer Ted's closet.
Oh my
that was my favorite episode of the year. But anyway, spring training continues a little bit later today. Galen will be here. But right now, let's get started with the hot dish, everybody. Here we go. sad. Adele may have some new material for her next album. You guys, yeah. This after the singer, she announced she's splitting from her husband. Very sad. Yeah. Adele. What is it, Steel Magnolias? Adele announced on Friday that she and her husband are ending their marriage after 3 years. A source says the two apparently ended their romantic relationship a while ago, and they say Adele is speaking to men again and is very much, and I love this, in the courting phase. The two, I love that word. I wish we'd bring that back, courting. The two are committed to co-parenting their 6-year-old son. Adele apparently gave her ex their $9 million house a few months ago. So that's very, well, yeah, goodbye, and you may take the house, and peace out.
I wish I was that rich.
I know.
Like, you can just have the $9 million house, it's fine.
But you know what? I like that there doesn't seem to be any drama, and that doesn't surprise me with Adele. Adele seems like a no-drama mama. You know what I mean? Just have, and all I'm saying is what I love and what cracks me up about all of us is if you look on Twitter, and I'm gonna, like, even my friend, and you know I love him, he's our producer here, he dances a lot and I love him, baby Bjorn. Bjorn's first reaction was this: her next album is gonna be spectacular. You know what I mean? It's like, you feel, yeah, it's true. You hate to feel that way.
I know, but it's like when Taylor Swift breaks up with the 17th person she's been with, her albums are always so much better than when she's happy.
Mary J. Blige, same thing. When she has her albums are better. So Adele, we feel really bad for you, but write that album. Yeah, we want to go, yeah. And I wonder if she's gonna keep up with the number thing. You know, every album's her age. She's not doing it, Evan? Oh, Evan just talked to Adele, obviously. I think, yeah. Floor director Evan just talked.
Who do you know?
They're very close, Kendall. Don't ask them. They're very close. Floor director Evan, very connected. Next in the dish, Jimmy Kimmel is ready to host a primetime special that's all about taking us back in time. This is really interesting. The late night host is teaming up with the legendary TV producer Norman Lear for a 90-minute special called Live in Front of a Studio Audience. Norman Lear's All in the Family and the Jeffersons.
The whole thing is the title?
That's the whole thing, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Norman and Jimmy will host the special, which will feature an impressive cast, including Woody Harrelson as Archie Bunker, Marissa Tomei as Edith. I do not see that at all. Now, this I do like. Jamie Foxx will play George Jefferson, and Wanda Sykes will play Wheezy, which that is, I mean, there's Wheezy right there, Isabel Sanford. Seriously, still one of the best theme songs in the history of television right here. Move on up. I did the biting the lip thing. Why did I do that? Anyway, it gets better. Will Ferrell will play the Jeffersons' neighbor, Tom Willis. Yeah. More cast will be announced later. The special will air May 22nd on another network. Here's what's interesting, and I was trying to tell Kendall because, and I'm not making fun of you, I love it. You are a conduit to a certain section of our audience. You never watched a single episode of All in the Family.
No, never. All in the Family.
Do you know the basic premise? No, and I'm asking because, I mean, you represent a lot of people. I'm making a point where this is going to be interesting because, as the audience will know, there's a lot of people watching probably that. Archie Bunker's Place, which was a spinoff of All in the Family, went off the air in like 82.
Oh,
the Jeffersons in 84.
I've watched the Jeffersons because they used to do the reruns at Nick at Night.
Yeah.
So I watched that. But I'd never seen it.
Yeah, Kendall, I'm so old, I watched it in its original run. Oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But, no, this is why, and I think the audience will be with me, this is the first thing I thought of. A, I love this, but B, interesting, because a lot of the humor in those shows and a lot of the scripts would never pass today. We're in a much different time. Words that they said, that Archie said, even though it was satire and it was irony, you know, we were making fun of the fact that Archie was a bigot. You know what I mean? But people wouldn't take it that way this year. They would be like, what did Archie just say to Sam and Davis? You know what I mean? It would be, thank you, audience, the 4 people who knew, but about that famous episode. But yeah, they handled very controversial things before most TV shows. They handled abortion. Maude, which was another show for Norman Lear. They handled race relations. George Jefferson was a neighbor of Archie. And Archie, let's just be very honest, Archie was not very, very friendly to African Americans. And George was right in his face. You couldn't, so it's going to be interesting how they walk that line. So, for a new generation. So I'm looking forward to it. Next on the dish, while I was away, I saw this at the airport and I wept. I was like crying. This is for my nerds out there. The teaser trailer, the very first trailer for the upcoming Star Wars movie was released. That's right. Yeah. In case you just crawled out from the cave, here's a clip from Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight. Here comes my favorite part. Billy D. Williams as Lando Calrissian right there. So good. And look, everybody, and we're going to see a shot of Carrie Fisher here, the late Carrie Fisher. They're using old footage right there. They're using old footage of Carrie Fisher. So good. And then the return. Look, there's a piece of the old Death Star right there. Listen to this laugh. Here we go. It's the return of the Emperor. Yeah, it's really cool. Anyway, I love it. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker was written by J.J. Abrams, and it's the 9th and final episode of the main Star Wars film franchise. It'll be released in December, so yeah, it's really good. I have high hopes. I love J.J. We got to go. But that clip, that opening scene just proves all the haters out there, you got to give the guy credit. He is a filmmaker. The scope of that shot in the desert, it looks like something out of Lawrence of Arabia. I love it. Lots more to come, everybody. I'm so glad to be back. We'll be right back after this. Coming up, I just got back from a week in Vegas. I know, that's a long time. But I have Viva La stories to tell you, including my trip to Lisa Vanderpump's new place. Then, spring training is in full gear. Today, Trainer Galen is back with tips on how to get back on track following a vacation or a cheat-filled weekend. And Easter is over, and you have like 700 hard-boiled eggs in your fridge. What are you going to do with them? Stephanie Hansen has some great ideas. Plus, find out how the two of us ended up on HBO last night. That's all coming up. Show. You know, on Mondays we get a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Charles from TMZ. Hi, Charles.
Morning, Jason.
First up,
everybody's really excited this morning.
Oh, it's a good, yeah. Charles, we were off for a few days. I was in Vegas, so that's why we're back live today. Yeah.
Oh. So they're excited, but you have your Vegas hangover.
Exactly. Yes. Let's talk about Kanye West.
You're like, keep it down, keep it down.
Exactly. Kanye West made quite an appearance at Coachella, did he not?
I gotta tell you, he wasn't the headliner. Ariana Grande is the headliner, but Kanye's Sunday service on Sunday morning was the event. I mean, it seemed like everybody who was at Coachella showed up there. He had huge guests come out with him also, but he was late. started about an hour and a half late. But once he did, he was up running around the whole time. He played piano. He was, of course, directing his choir. It was an incredible show. It really was. And it reminds you, this was like the best of Kanye, that when all the other stuff is going on, when people still love Kanye, this is why they still love him.
Yeah, I'm looking at, you know what it reminds me of, the video of it, Charles? The Dr. Pepper commercial where everyone's singing on the mountain.
Yeah, yes. It did kind of look like that.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, God, thank you, audience, for remembering that. Yeah. Next up, Gavin DeGraw sang the national anthem at a hockey playoff game, and there's a reason we're showing this, right?
And it is not because of the national anthem. He did the national anthem. That was great. It was his attempt to pump up the crowd after. Took a couple steps backwards. He's standing on a carpet, of course, but then he stepped off the carpet and onto the ice.
Oh.
And it was basically a face plant.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
Oh, not good.
It's not a good. It's not the way you want to walk off stage.
No.
It's really not a good encore.
No. And I love it.
But he's okay. He's okay. And he's really popular there in Nashville, so they love him.
We've replayed it like 3 times. I love that. Finally, Bella Thorne and local guy Mod's son are they're over, right?
Yeah, it's over. And I got to say, at first, when I heard they broke up, my honest reaction in the newsroom was, who cares? But I was told by a lot of people in my office that this is a big deal, and it really is. We actually got Mod's son out at LAX this weekend and asked him about it, and the guy was, look, you think of he's in a rock band, his name is Mod's son, and you think he's probably not the most serious guy. He was really upset. He said, look, yeah, we broke up, but it's hard for me to talk about it. He was getting a little choked up. You could tell this meant a lot to him. He said he really loved her, always will love her, and maybe they might get back together. He's open to it. So,
well, someone needs to tell Bella because she was already at Dairy Queen with someone else. So, Charles, thank you so much.
Well, yeah, good point, Jason.
There we go. Charles from TMZ. Have a good week, buddy.
All right, man. Good luck with your hangover.
Thank you, buddy. We have a funny connection to Mod's son. His sister, Danielle, is a good friend of mine. He's a Minnesota guy, yeah. Still ahead, everybody. Oh, by the way, happy birthday. We have some Jason Show fan club members in the audience, and they're celebrating birthday. Deborah, John, and Kim, happy birthday. They're in the audience. That's right. They are the ones getting a cup of Aaron Schwab's homemade clam chowder a little bit later. That's right, yeah. Still ahead. She makes a mean clam chowder. Stephanie Hansen is back with what to do with all those leftover hard-boiled eggs. But next, last week I was in Vegas. I'll show you what I was up to, plus the deal of the century in Vegas. If you're planning on going sometime soon, don't miss it. We'll be right back, everybody. Back after that. And I found out on that commercial break, half of the audience is celebrating a birthday today. I mean, basically, the entire audience is having a birthday today. So they all get a cup of clam chowder a little bit later. Yeah, this is my first official day back. After a week off in Las Vegas, people always say, I know what you're thinking. That's a long time. I get it. We do it very differently. We like to walk around a lot. I love big hotels. I have since I was a kid. So we literally spend days just wandering in and out of the resorts because I'm fascinated with big hotels. One of the hotels that I love the most is Caesar's Palace. Does Caesar live here? I had to quote The Hangover there. Anyway, and one of the newest places in Caesar's Palace is someplace familiar to a lot of you if you watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Lisa Vanderpump, the star of that show, who owns many restaurants in Beverly Hills and in Los Angeles like Pump and Sir, opened a brand new restaurant called, no, that's Saved by the Bell. Hey, everybody, that's a Saved by the Bell reunion. Anyway, her new place is called Vanderpump Vegas, and it's in Caesar's Palace. It is a cocktail garden. Here's some pictures that I took inside. Those purple, Leo, don't switch this yet. See the purple things? Those are giant, like floor-to-ceiling LED screens that change depending on, well, whatever they want to put in there. At this point, it was like purple roses or something. It's very dark. It's very kind of romantic if you're looking for a nice place for a date. In Vegas, this is a good place to go. It is called a cocktail garden because outside of it, and I think we have some video, outside of the entrance, kind of in the actual casino, there is like fake trees. Oh, this is inside right here, more of the bar. This is the bar area. Really, like I said, you can see it's really dark. There's one of the drinks. Here's my and look, everything's expensive in Vegas. That drink right there was like a house mortgage right there. I mean, that was like, yeah. There's our bartender who was spectacular. He was much better than the host who had a little bit of an attitude problem. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm telling you, the host, and I tweeted, I was like, he was a bad representation. He was the first face we saw, and he gave us the up down and judged us. And I was like, look, I have a Britney Spears t-shirt and shorts. Let me in. Anyway, yeah. But he almost ruined it for me, and then the bartender made up for it. Lisa Vanderpump was there when we were there, and her husband Ken. But you know me, I don't like to bother people. But she's like this tall and very lovely. People always want to know how tall celebrities are. She's about that tall, and she was really cool. So if you're in Caesar's Palace, go. But it opens at 4, and there's always a line. Okay, so get there early. Next up, I wanted to show you. Next in my trip to Las Vegas, take a look at this. We have another picture.
One last shot.
This is This is my view from the 62nd floor at the Cosmopolitan. Now look, I wasn't going to show this because I don't want y'all to think that I'm like being braggadocious. I'm showing you this because of a guest that we have on the show all the time, the Thrifty Traveler. You hear me say countless times that I take advantage of his tips. Let me tell you, everybody, because of the tips that he told us about, one of his main tips is try to stay at one hotel group, like the Marriott group or whatever, and collect points. And the more points you get different statuses, like your silver, gold. So we checked into the Cosmopolitan, and we had like a normal room. We had just an everyday room. And the woman looked at us, and she goes, "Thank you for being a such and such member." She goes, "Would you like to upgrade to the wraparound suite for like $75? And I said, $75? I'll lose that in the Sex and the City machine in 5 minutes. Yes, hook me up. So, yeah. So we got that for like $75. Thank you, Thrifty Traveler. Now, finally, I told you, I always like a good deal, and I want to tell you guys about this deal. Write this down the next time you're going to Vegas. Everybody knows it's incredibly expensive to eat and drink in Las Vegas. We found the best deal ever. If you like to cocktail, it's called Ocean One. Write that down, Ocean One. It is in Planet Hollywood in their Miracle Mile Mall. Go inside right across from the Bellagio. Guys, 3-for-1 drinks all day long, and everything on their lunch menu is $5. $5. Yeah, always busy. I watched Tiger Woods win the Masters there. Yes, I watched golf. Yeah, but 3-for-1, and the woman looked at us. She goes, "Would you like a triple to go?" Yes? Yes? Yeah. Great deal. It's called Ocean One in Las Vegas. Still ahead, everybody. Now that I've talked about eating and drinking, spring training continues. That's right. I hope my trainer missed that last segment. Galen is here with some tips on how to get back on track after a vacation. We'll be right back, everybody. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Wow. Welcome back, everybody. Last week, it was actually a week ago today, I opened up on what I kept calling a very special episode of our show about something many of you can relate to, and that's dealing with body issues and growing up and struggling to be healthy. And because of that, we decided to kick off a new series because I thought, if I'm kind of going through this, I think probably some other people are going through this. We're launching a new series last week aimed at getting all of us moving a little bit more and maybe getting a little healthier at the same time. It's time for spring training with Jason, everybody. That's right. Now, Mondays, I love our Pat Benatar Open. I love that. Mondays are a good day to reset after maybe overindulging a little bit on the weekend, or if you're just back from vacation like me. So like I said last Monday, every Monday we're going to have a new segment with this guy. Here to get us back on track, a certified trainer, Galen Wood, everybody. Hi, buddy. Now, this is really quick. I don't, no joking around, but one of the things you said to me, and this is why I love you as a trainer and as a friend, you are very realistic. And you said one of the first things you said to me was, life happens. You're going to have a bad weekend where you eat some fried chicken. You know what I mean? And you can't let that deter you, right?
Exactly right. Well, and so much of this, and this is one of the things that's nice about having a trainer, is that ideally it's my job to figure out how to make exercise and health fit into your life.
Yeah.
Right? And so, and the reality is that it's not worth giving up your life to try and exercise, right? Because the whole goal of exercise and health and all that kind of stuff is to benefit your life and ideally make your life last or be better for longer.
Yeah. Well, first of all, okay, so let's talk about after vacation. Let's do
Yes.
the bigger thing like I just did.
Sure.
Number one, you say one easy workout.
Yeah.
Focus on form. What do you mean by that?
So one, I'm just going to give a shout out to Jason because you were just on vacation and you did do your workouts.
Every day.
So
I did.
And everything is better when you have a whole group of people who clap for you
It's
every
way
time.
better.
That's so
That's
much
right.
better.
Yeah.
So
I did
So
that.
one, just high five.
Yeah, thank you.
So, but if for some reason you're more like me and you go on vacation and you don't necessarily work out as well, because we can't all be as awesome as you.
Whatever.
The getting back into it, what happens so often, and whether we take a week off or a year off or 10 years off or whatever, so often we go back into the gym and we just do the last thing that we did. And what happens is that when we take breaks from exercise, our muscles start to atrophy, our body is not as used to exercise, all the things that make it so that we can lift heavier or do more or be stronger, all that kind of thing, go away a little bit.
Okay.
And so if we go back in and we jump back into doing exactly the same thing that we were doing, one, our likelihood of injury goes up, which is a bad deal because if we hurt ourselves, we're out of the game. But then two, a lot of times we'll be really sore and it makes it less fun.
Number two, cardio and stretching.
So getting back into it, you want to focus on the form, you want to focus on cardio, you want to focus on stretching on your kind of your first day back in, because cardio and stretching are generally much easier on the body, less likely to make you sore, less likely to hurt you.
So if you're getting back on the horse after maybe a week vacation, maybe don't do strength training, maybe stick to cardio for that first day.
Yes, yeah.
When do you get back? How many days? I know you don't like specifics, but everybody's different.
Yep.
But give everyone a general, how many days should they stick with the cardio?
So
I know you don't like specifics.
I don't
but
like
saying,
specifics because everybody's body is different and unique and wonderful. Think about it as, give yourself one easy day for every week that you took off.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
So
okay,
totally made up.
No,
but
yeah.
There you go.
Well, now let's go to something easier. Maybe some of these audience, a weekend of poor choices. You know what I mean? You have a couple,
I know exactly what that's like.
Like our executive producer Jeff, a weekend, yes. And so,
I like him, not anybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nobody else.
Okay, detox. Now, specifically, what do you mean by that?
So one, the body is designed to detoxify itself or whatever. I mean, like the whole detox thing gets a weird name, and there's a whole bunch of,
weird like juices and all.
Yeah. So the great thing is that sleep and water are two of the best ways to get your body to move things out of you.
Yeah.
Right. So if you've had a weekend of poor choices, on Monday when you're coming back in, eating a little bit cleaner, right? So less processed foods, more healthy foods, more vegetables, things like that can be really good. Drinking extra water, and then trying to get some extra sleep. The other piece from an exercise standpoint is your body's like a giant pump, right? So fluids kind of move out, and then your body pumps them back in, you move out, and it pumps it back in, all that kind of stuff. Anytime you move, anytime you do cardio, anytime you do weights, anytime you do any of the kind of movement stuff, you're using that pump. And so it helps your organs to work. It helps to get fluid to all the different joints and muscles and ligaments and all that kind of good stuff. And so just moving can help your body to detoxify itself.
And number two, after a weekend of poor choice, we have about 30 seconds. Focus on routine and habits. What do you mean by that?
So falling off the wagon, just jump back on the wagon.
Don't let the weekend deter you.
Exactly right.
Because it's not failure. It's just again, going back to that's why I set it up the way that I did. Going back to what you said, life happens. Don't let 2 days. If you have 3 weeks behind, don't let it ruin you.
Yeah, like if this weekend was Easter and you have kids and you love candy, not that this is talking about me, and
exactly.
you steal from them because they're smaller than you.
Yeah.
Just know that it's Monday and it's okay.
It's
and
a
you're
new
still a fine
week.
person.
It's a brand new week. And I want to say too, I
love the clapping thing.
We got such great comments. We got such good comments, but I do want to say, to be clear, this isn't about having a trainer. I know you and I were both we were responding to comments. This isn't about, because someone, people are writing, oh, I can't afford a trainer. This isn't about a trainer. Believe me, Galen was not with me on the treadmill in Vegas. So you have to pull your butt up by yourself. This is, we have Galen on to give you guys the tools and resources. And if you have any questions,
feel free to contact me at askgalen.fit or contact me through the Instagram page at askgalen. We got a ton of responses and questions last time, so if you haven't gotten a response yet, we're a little delayed, and I apologize.
Yeah, and we'll be answering questions in a future segment. So again, go check out his website, askgalen.fit. There we go. Still ahead, everybody. We're celebrating Earth Day by sending Kendall to a greenhouse. We're talking plants and trees on this Earth Day when we come back. Back after this. Thanks. People clap. Today is Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. And one way you can show love for our planet Earth is by planting trees, some bushes, flowers that are good for the climate. My friend Kendall took a trip to the Bachman's growing range to learn more.
We're talking about Earth Day, and we wanted to come and see what is a huge place to talk about flowers and who are the people that you should talk to about, obviously, Bachman's. They know everything. That's why we're talking to a Bachman, Karen Bachman-Toole. Thank you so much for having us out on this very rainy day.
It is rainy, but we know that will bring flowers later on.
Yeah, right? April showers, that whole thing.
Yep.
We talked a little bit before about things that you can do with your kids to make Earth Day so friendly, and I love these little boxes.
One of my favorite things is our seed packets. Here we have a pizza garden kit, a stir-fry garden kit, and these seed packets are essentially going to grow exactly what you see in there. Later on in the summer, when it's harvest time, you can actually make a pizza and enjoy the benefits of the fresh flavors that you've brought to your table. I think another really important thing to celebrate Earth Day is celebrating the pollinators.
Oh yeah.
Bees, birds, butterflies, and certainly hummingbirds. And creating habitats or sources of food is a wonderful way that you can witness them up close, and even in your own backyard.
Right, I know we talked about too, like I have this one. I love this hummingbird feeder, and they're so beautiful too.
It's kind of the quintessential look of what would attract hummingbirds.
Right.
But this is also just a very friendly way to attract pollinators. So this is a bee and bug house. It's non-intimidating, it's not scary. If you're not going to have a big beehive, this is a great way to provide some shelter and some habitat for our pollinators.
Save the bees, everybody. Okay, and all these plants, these are all plants that you said that are not only easy, but you can use them like right now.
These colorful plants here, these are cineraria, and they're cold tolerant, which means that they'll withstand a frost or two, and average last frost date in Minnesota is May 10th. Then you have perennials. Now perennials come back year after year. And so
love those.
Yes, exactly. And these are some examples to provide different colors and textures in your garden. This is Elijah bluegrass. We have an ostrich fern, heuchera. The perennials are also great homes and habitats for pollinators.
I feel like a kid would love this because it kind of reminds me of those chia things where you used to like cut the hair. Literally, like I would just play with this all day.
It's kind of fun to think about the purpose of a tree. It can be ornamental and flowering. It can provide something edible like a cherry, apple. We have an apple tree here, or even a pear tree. Now, right now, all you see is sticks.
Right, and they all kind of look the same to me.
Exactly. They're dormant right now, which means they're sleeping, but now is a great time, and early spring is a great time to plant trees.
So if people want to plant a tree, is there like some just key tips that you need?
What happens in here is you have a root ball that's in the container, and you want to dig a hole twice the diameter of your container and about 1.5 times as deep. And then you're going to put the tree in, as well as compost will help get it started, as well as plant starter. And then mulching over it is very important for moisture retention and to make sure that it establishes a great root system.
All right, plant your trees, people. Plant your flowers, get your bee-loving stuff out there. You can do all kinds of things for Earth Day. Thanks, Karen.
That's
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I love her. Are you?
Again, we're still getting to know each other. Are you a green thumb kind of girl?
I'm working on it, but I'm a tree hugger. I love Mama Earth, so I was like, we have to do something for Earth Day that's easy for everybody.
Yeah,
You know?
I would like to raise bees when I retire.
Yeah?
I'll be like the weird beekeeper old man on the hill. Yeah, anyway.
You heard it here.
I know, I'm afraid of bees. I want to conquer my fears before I die.
They're not that bad.
Yeah, thank you, audience. Yeah, I was being judged by the crew. Still ahead. You may have cooked some. You may have some cooked eggs laying around, and instead of throwing them away, we've got some tips on what to do with them with Stephanie Hansen when we come back. Back after this. I'm afraid of bees. That's here. Easter's in the books. Easter is in the books. I can't believe that. The year's flying by, and you may have a few cooked eggs laying around. What should you do with them? Well, don't throw them away. Here to give us some recipes for those eggs is the co-host of the Weekly Dish on My Talk 107.1, and I just saw her in Las Vegas, Stephanie Hansen, everybody.
Hey there.
Hey, Vegas. Yeah.
Hey, Vegas.
Hansen and I were in Vegas at the same time. We went to a secret bar called the Ghost Donkey.
Ghost Donkey,
I
that's
know.
right, at the Cosmopolitan.
Very fancy. And no, it's not really. It's like 4 boots and a donkey.
I
Anyway,
will say,
yeah.
your husband was kind of aghast that we were spending $17 a drink.
I know. Well, I was too. Thank goodness Stephanie picked up the bill.
I was like, well, I'll just pay.
Okay, what are we doing?
Well, okay, so lots of people have hard-boiled eggs left over from Easter, and they don't eat them, which is wrong, because you guys, these can last for 7 days.
7 days?
Yes,
Okay.
7 days.
I
So you
love
refrigerate
hard-boiled
them.
eggs.
Oh,
Yeah.
so do I.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just make a couple of things.
Okay, where are we starting?
Okay, first of all, we're gonna make pasta salad.
Okay.
All these recipes are on stephaniesdish.com.
Okay. And we'll put a link on our Facebook page. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so, okay, I'm just going to kind of improvise a little
You're
bit
going to do
here.
the chef thing where you just add,
Yeah.
okay, so what is this? You got to tell the people.
I've got celery. I've got the actual hard-boiled eggs that I've chopped.
Okay, the whole thing, the
That's
yolk
right.
and all, okay?
And we're going to make just a little tuna salad, and it's fortified with the egg so that you get a little bit more protein in it, a little flavor. We've got dill, we've got onions, we've got parsley.
So you just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Oh, yeah,
But
some-
use a whole can of tuna?
Yep, cumin, salt, pepper.
My friend Dawn
In white.
swears by the Costco tuna. She says it's the best tuna ever. And so, yeah, what's it
It's
called?
fine.
Real? It's called it's like real or something. Real in or I don't know. Someone will email me.
Pickles.
But,
Okay,
yeah.
here's what I'm going to tell you about Costco,
She
and you're
doesn't
not
even-
going to like this.
What are you going to do?
I went, and I tried to, do it.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't
Costco
do
scares
it.
you?
Yes.
We got to take a Costco field trip. You're not doing it right. You're not doing
I
it right.
know, because
Yeah.
I didn't know what
We'll
to
do it
buy.
as a story. I'll take you. I'll hold your hand. I'll use you for free samples. It'll be great. Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So I didn't bring a big enough bowl, but basically you're gonna stir all this together and it's gonna be delicious.
Okay. And then do you put mustard in yours?
I did. I put a little dried mustard. There's a little mustard here. I
Okay.
mean, all these recipes are really, you can't screw them up, except for
they're-
the cookies.
Okay. And again, these will all be on her website. Next.
Yeah, so cookies, you guys, you can crumble up the hard-boiled eggs. This is what our grandma did. We used the yolks, and you use them in these sugar cookies. And honestly, my family loved them. Just take a bite. It's hard-boiled eggs in there with your butter and your flour. It's delicious. You can't taste the eggs. You just use the yolks. Come on, take a bigger bite. They're very crispy. They're a little puffy because they've got baking soda in them, but they are really quite good.
They are. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I was waiting for, but
You're waiting for some weird eggy taste.
yes.
Yeah, it's not there.
It's not there. No.
It's
Okay,
delicious.
I had never. Okay, you can abandon the salad stuff. We're not going back.
We're
to that.
moving back.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
I've
Okay.
never heard of that though. That's a great tip.
All right, we're gonna make curry egg salad. So
Okay.
in here are the hard-boiled eggs.
Hard-boiled eggs.
I'm gonna just stir it up with this. The hard-boiled eggs.
Okay.
Celery, curry powder, salt. This is the magic ingredient. This is a local company. It's Salad Girl Curry Fig.
This again. People are always go. What is it? What is it called again? I'm
It's-
holding it up.
Salad Girl Curry Fig. And what it allows you to do is use just a little bit of mayo, but it kind of moistens it, and it's got a sweet curry flavor.
So you don't have to use as much mayo.
That's right.
Oh, that's nice. Galen
So for
would
somebody
like that.
like you
Yeah.
getting back at it, and
Yeah.
you need to eat eggs because they're full of protein.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this is right here in the little cups there, already made up.
That looks really good, and you put them in, look at your fancy, you put them in a little lettuce wrap.
Radicchio, yes. And the radicchio's kind of bitter, so it's quite a delicious way to serve them.
May I, do we have one more? Okay,
yeah,
may I try this?
Yeah.
Is this edible?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, I didn't know if this, no, I didn't mean if it was on display or,
no,
you know.
it's totally for you, honey.
Okay, now I'm gonna turn around and eat, so you talk about
Okay,
that.
because this is also specifically for Jace, for healthy people. It's eggs. We're just gonna make a
Hanson,
guac salad.
that is really good.
Yes.
Oh,
All right, so.
oh, Hanson, that
I know,
is
that's a good one.
It has
And
a little kick to it.
Yeah, and it's not full of all the junky stuff.
Oh, y'all make that. That is really good. Don't know about those cookies, but make that. That's really good. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm just joking.
I'm fine. If you want to make
No,
them, I'm
I love
fine.
the cookies, Hanson. I love them.
I'm fine.
Don't cut yourself. You're scaring me.
No, I'm gonna show you how to cut this avocado.
Okay.
Okay, you run your knife along it.
Okay.
You hack it open, and then you're gonna do this. Ready?
Yeah.
You're gonna freak out.
Okay. Why did I make that little dolphin noise?
Just like, and then you like score it.
Okay. Oh, I know how to do that. I watched him do that at Don Pablo's. Yeah.
They didn't do this at your other job at the Red Lobster.
No, we didn't have guacamole at Red Lobster.
Guacamole wasn't that avocados.
No,
were
but I
kind
could
of,
crack when the senior citizens would come in. On
could crack
Tuesdays,
their lobster?
I would crack. There's a woman named Myrtle, and I would crack her main lobster for her, and it would crack her up because I would do it under 30 seconds. I'd be like, I was like a transformer. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
It's
Myrtle,
a really.
Myrtle loved me.
That's a good skill.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just made like guacamole egg salad. We didn't use any mayo, so if you think mayo's gross, which some people do,
Yeah.
you don't have to use it.
That's all
and
you
this
do?
goes on your avocado toast.
That's it?
Yes.
And that's like healthy.
Yeah, and you want to leave it a little chunky.
Okay.
It is healthy. That's why I
like
made it
chunky
specifically for
guacamole.
you.
Yeah.
I have a problem with people that think that avocado toast is just a smear of guacamole on toast. It's not. You have to have chunky, big clumps of avocado. Like guacamole toast is different than avocado toast.
Stephanie,
I'm telling ya.
she's the Norma Ray of avocado toast. Look at that.
Don't you think so?
Hey, I take stands on ridiculous things.
Yeah,
if
because
you
you're
want to
spending
take a stand on
$12
avocado,
on a
go
piece
ahead.
of toast.
Yeah.
You better give me a whole avocado and make it chunky.
That's right. Give it up for Stephanie Hansen, everybody. Now,
make it chunky.
hey, I'm with you with nachos. The staff laughs at me because
the chip to cheese ratio.
Restaurants, I'm telling you, I'll say it one more time. Ted's gonna kill me. We gotta go. But I'm telling you, if you serve nachos, the audience is with me. Don't just put the crap on the top and a plate of chips on the bottom. You layer that crap. You layer it. Yeah. Catch Stephanie Saturdays, 9 to 11 on the Weekly Dish and online at stephaniesdish.com. Don't forget you can watch full episodes of our show on YouTube. We post each day's episode along with clips. Just search for The Jason Show and hit subscribe. When we come back, find out why the two of us were on HBO last night. Kendall's back along with Stephanie Hansen. You ate those wraps. Wasn't it good?
It was really good.
Yeah, that's a good little lunch stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, quick.
And again, the recipes are on your website?
Yep, stephaniesdish.com with all the proportions and not just me throwing things in a bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Well, speaking of Stephanie Hansen, right before I went to bed, my phone started going off. And I was like, what is going on? And one of them was from a text from my dear friend Stephanie going, girl, we're on HBO. And I said, what? So last week tonight with John Oliver does these things, these little vignettes where, and he usually makes fun of local shows. Sometimes he makes fun of local shows doing the same St. Patrick's Day thing or the same Cinco de Mayo. Well, yesterday he did a montage of local stations around the country hating on Peeps. This is very brief. Look at this.
If you love the Easter marshmallow treat Peeps, you're gonna love this story.
I hate them.
Everybody hates Peeps.
Do you like regular Peeps?
No, I would rather eat dirt.
Yeah, dirt fools. Peeps suck.
Peeps.
You guys are famous.
I was just telling you the truth. I'd rather eat dirt. I'm telling you.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, thank you, John Oliver. Tomorrow on the show, we're kicking off a brand new series called Kendall Tries Your 9 to 5, where Kendall works other people's jobs. First up, she joins the staff at the Wolfington Luxury Dog Resort. Don't miss it. That's coming up tomorrow. Right now, if you're a kid watching, go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. We'll see you tomorrow live, everybody.